Hey guys, welcome to our today's webinar. Let me know in the chat if you can hear and see me well. And we are ready to start. I will just make sure that everything is all right and I'm audible. Also, while we are waiting to start, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat, share where you guys are tuning in from, share what you do for a living. Why would you need a website? We are always curious to know that, so I will wait for your comments. Okay, I can see the first reaction. Great. We will wait just for a couple of seconds and we will begin. Okay, awesome. Amelia, hi. Hi, nice to see you here. Okay, awesome. I think we are all set up and ready to begin. Hi, my name is Nastya. I'm the content manager at Tilda, and today I'm excited to host a webinar on creating an interactive hero section in ZeroBlock. So we all know that hero section is like a storefront for your website, and it's really your chance to make a great first impression and really, keep your users engaged and wanted to explore your website further. So today we will learn the techniques of how to create an unforgettable, compelling hero section that will, retain your users' attention and also help you to generate leads, to, basically make your users stay on your website longer. And let me go through the overview of today's webinar. So things that we are going to cover today. So we're going to talk about, everything from prototyping a hero section, like what techniques can you use, like what parts of a hero section you should pay attention to when prototyping your hero section. Then we are going to go to ZeroBlock and recreate our website there. Then I will teach you how to add custom fonts. So for example, you have found a custom font that you want to upload. So Tilda has a feature that allows you to do that. So I will quickly show you how. Then we will create an animation in ZeroBlock because, of course, what is an interactive hero section without compelling web animation effects? And it's going to be both aesthetical and functional. So there are animation effects that help your website just, look cool. And there are web animation effects that really serve a goal, serve a purpose. So we are going to explore both cases today. And finally, just because we have quite an exciting lineup of features coming soon, I'm so excited to just, test some of them, and they will be open for the general public soon. So today we're just gonna try them out and see how it will speed up our process. And okay, so by the way, we couldn't host our webinar yesterday, so I'm super thankful that you guys stick around and you're still with us. So we have prepared a coupon code for the users who missed yesterday's webinar because it wasn't live, and I will let you know, guys, about the promo code later on. But if you want to get 3 months of Tilda personal subscription, make sure you take part in our future events. Make sure you are subscribed to Tilda's webinars newsletter. So the address is here on the screen, so make sure you are subscribed, and you're also going to get the promo code in together with the recording of this webinar. Okay, let me check the comments. Hi from London. Oh, great. Hi everyone. Hi Mariana. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm also curious to know if you guys are designers or business owners, because it's always, it's always great to know what I can do to, to tailor this webinar so it's more, it's more relevant to your niche, it's more relevant to your goals. Okay, so I think the introductory part is done, and we are ready to jump to Figma first to talk about prototyping. Also, let me know, guys, if you do the prototyping or not, and how you do it. Do you do it in Figma, or do you scribble in your notepad? Because some people like to prototype, like build the website as they go, right, in the editor. Also, since Tilda has the block-based system, it's quite easy to prototype because all you need to do is just pick certain blocks. But sometimes prototyping is important, especially if you're working with zero block, because it's basically a blank canvas, and if you don't really know how to approach creating a layout, you will probably be stuck without a plan. So I have created a couple of prototypes, and I will share them a bit later, but right now I just want to talk about the key components of every hero section. So if you know those components, if you know the essential parts of a hero section, you can be super flexible with your layout. You can prototype whatever you want. You can create amazing, just jaw-dropping, high converting websites. And so, moving on to the anatomy of a hero section. So first of all, we have the most important part. It's always on the top of the website. It's the menu. The menu allows you to show your user the navigation of your website. So your user knows what exactly your website consists of, right? So when they enter your page, maybe they don't really need to scroll past all the blocks of images, text. Maybe they just need to access your products. Like they want to save time. So the menu allows you to convert your website better. Finally, in when we are talking about menu, there is also an important aspect. It's the contact information. Some people separate contact information from the menu, but usually they go hand in hand, they go together. So either it's a separate button with the contact information, and here you can include any type of form, so the clients or users can reach out to you, or maybe you can even include your phone number. It can also be possible. There are many ways you can collect your contacts. So, or maybe you have a separate field somewhere on your website, and you have an anchor link that guides your user to the contact page information. But it's crucial to have it in your hero section, because this way people don't have to, scroll through the whole of your website, to the footer and try to find it there. So some people actually skip this part because they think that since the contact information is usually located in the footer, they don't need to, place it in the hero section. But contact information is super useful. Then your website copy. So how you do your copywriting affects everything from search engine optimization to how your user, interact with your website. So make sure you have a relevant heading that is strong and really conveys the message that your business, it conveys what your business does and what your business does well, or what you do well better than the others. Our today's webinar is not really about copywriting, but we will definitely make sure to tackle it later on. Then after the heading, you can have like a short description. It doesn't have to be like a big chunk of text, but make sure you have just a smaller text, maybe elaborating on what you said in the heading. Finally, you need to have a clear CTA. So a call to action is usually a button with a certain call to action that prompts your user to interact with your website. So it doesn't have to be like, overly flashy, the button or the text, but make sure it's clear. And once the user reads your call to action, they really need to, to understand what to do. Sometimes people forget about it and make it either overly abstract or way too creative. But yeah, a call to action is basically what it is. Like it's a clear message that your user has to, undertake a certain action on your website. Finally, make sure you always include some images reflecting your business unique selling proposition. So some people they don't use images in the hero section, but I would say that for a general business related website, it's better to have just some compelling, really well curated images on your website that really, reflect what your business does. And here I went for the product cards with a preview, and I also included a second call to action. But again, let me know in the comments if you are pro or against a second CTA in the hero section, because some people think that the user's attention should be guided to only one button, one call to action, and you don't really have to, crowd your website with any other elements. But since I created just this tiny area with the visual information, I think that it will work well in the end. So we will see how it will play out in the final layout. And so while I was prototyping my website, I have created many prototypes before I landed on the one that I showed before. So here, again, so just to, sum up the information that I shared previously. So again, here we have the navigation, the menu. Here we have a contact button, so the users knows how to contact us. I have a heading, a description, call to action, and an image. So it's quite easy. So once you have all those elements in your hero section, it's probably gonna be a very familiar thing for your user. So users, they have scrolled past many websites, so they know where different elements are located. So when they enter your website and they see, oh, here I have a message about the business, here I have a button to click, and I know where to go, they will automatically they will want to spend more time on your website. They will want to learn more about your services, your products. And similarly here, so I went for this two separate parts, and I played with typography. Also, typography can be a really effective tool for your website. It can serve as a visual element as well as, conveying a message. So yeah, make sure you utilize you know, your headings in a smart way. Make sure, like, if you're a designer especially, you can look up some amazing typography grids and, you know, try to recreate them on a website. So again, here we have a menu, product, about, and since it's like a store, hero section, so I don't really need my users to contact me. I want the users to purchase my products. So here I have the information about the products. Here I have the cart, the shopping cart, and here I have my CTA. Again, let's say I'm creating a website about a clothing collection and I want my users to explore the collection, and this is what I will include in my call to action element here. But yeah, we have all the elements we have discussed. And the next prototype, it's quite unusual, but I have seen more and more websites with this type of, you know, with this type of composition. And it's when the website utilizes a huge heading, like overly big text. And it's especially great when you have a powerful website copy and when the message that your site is conveying is really strong. It's kind of logical that you want to highlight this text, and some people just, you know, just put this big heading in the middle. And it's also, like, from the compositional standpoint, it's also super powerful to just have this big message appear once the website has loaded, once the user entered your website. So, and here we have a heading, again, the contact information here, and the navigation. So I have created, just for the sake of, you know, for the sake of variety, I have created this vertical menu, and I think it's kind of great because people usually, you know, they do like horizontal menus or like burger menus, but I have just placed the menu like that. And here again, I have a call to action and a short description, maybe, you know, elaborating on what to do, or just, you know, prompting the user to, you know, explore your website further. So feel free to use those prototypes for your own hero section. Yeah, and let me know if you have any questions. Oh, I have people from Florence, Italy, from Prague. Oh, I gotta come back for the replay. Yeah, we're gonna have the recording. So yeah, feel free to you know, take notes, maybe take screenshots, whatever will feel you know, more suitable for you. So here we have a final layout, and I decided to create a website for hiking tours, and yeah, and this is how I went about it. So you already saw the prototype, and here I decided to make it super, you know, super simple. So here I have the menu with the contact information, and I decided to create a section of the website dedicated to tours, a blog, an about me section, and a contact information. So here again, I have a heading, call to action, the second call to action that I mentioned earlier, and here I have the product card that I will animate later on. And yeah, great. This is gonna move when you click on this button. And also I decided to animate the background image with parallax effect. So parallax effect is when the objects in the foreground move faster than the objects in the background, and we're going to utilize this to, you know, to just create a kind of 3-dimensional or 2.5 dimensional look. And it's always, I don't know, it gives your website just this, immersive effect. And I think it's great. It's, it's one of those effects that don't really serve any purpose. They just look cool. So I decided to, include it here. And while I was preparing for bringing my prototype into ZeroBlock, so while I was preparing my layout, I have created different parts of my background. I cut them out. So this was my kind of preparation stage. And so here I have the foreground parts, the background part, and the middle part. And I will show you how to bring them together later. And also I have created product cards. So I have created them beforehand, so I don't have to spend time in ZeroBlock because it's only 1 hour workshop. I have, created them here in Figma, and then I will bring them to ZeroBlock to show you how to create an animation effect. Okay, so let's go to ZeroBlock, and okay, so here is my artboard. And again, for those who are new to ZeroBlock, it's quite easy to navigate. It definitely has some learning curve, but trust me, today we're going to cover pretty much all of its features. And so here we have the artboard and the artboard settings. Here you can enter the GUI container height. So I have 750 pixels. You can also change the background color right here. Okay. And we're also gonna do it later. You can upload the background image, and you can also set the behavior of the background image here, so it can be fixed or not. And so I have brought my my elements of the background image here, so I don't have to load them. So this is my background, which is which I showed later, which I showed earlier. And here I have the mid part. Here I have the foreground and another foreground. So this is gonna be my my background image. And so now let me upload everything else. So I add okay, I add my card. Yeah, I just I exported them in SVG format because it's not really a workshop on creating, you know, elements in ZeroBlock. So just for the sake of time, I just, you know, I kind of skip this part. So, but if you want to, you know, if you want to learn how to create, you know, elements inside ZeroBlock, make sure to let us know in the comments, and we will definitely, you know, create another webinar on that. Okay, I'm gonna upload the second card. So first I will upload all the visual elements, and then I will start with the website copy. And since I'm streaming, my connection is not so great, so yeah, be patient. And All right, awesome. I'm stacking them one on top of the other now, just just to keep them there, but I will work on it later on. And the final one. Awesome, so here we have it. I will just quickly resize it. Okay, and I will just keep it here for now. And so now we need to add the text. So here we have text element, and I'm going to click on it. And first of all, I will just create a heading which says hiking tours. Okay, and once you click on your text, you can scale it up like that, change the font, and change the color. So I'll change the color to white, like that. And for now, I will place it, maybe I will even scale it to 95, so it's going to be like a really huge heading. Okay, so here we have this element, and we are also going to add the text description. And while we do that, let me quickly show you an exciting AI feature that we have announced. Actually, that was this week. So make sure to check our social media to learn more about that. But it's already available, and you can try it out. And so basically, let me first increase the size just a bit. I think since I'm gonna work in auto scale, I think I'm gonna like decrease the size anyways, but for now, just once we are here, I will, maybe I will make it 20. Okay, so here I have in the text editor toolbar at the top, I have this star icon, and if you click on it, if you hover over it, you can see that it says generate with AI. And so first you have this window, and all it basically does, it provides you with kind of a description of the AI assistant that we have. It also like explains how to work with it. It gives you a link to our help center. And here below, all you need to do here is to, check the box and, confirm that you agree to the terms of use. And you can read them here. So then you click next. And so here you have examples. So you can see how to go about, generating a text. But of course, if you need just a draft text for your website, like imagine you're creating something and you just need a website copy to fill in your page. Like you don't really, let's say you didn't receive any information from the client, but you still need a website for your, let's say for your hero section. So this is a great tool to just, pick an example, use it to generate a text and then insert it, just as a text block. So you can tell like where the text is going to be. So I will say that I'll specify that it's hiking tours for all skill levels. I click next. So there are literally 2 steps. And here, so in the previous step, you have described what your website is about. Here you have the option to insert a prompt. So it could be keywords, it could be, any type of information that you want to, that you want to mention in your website. Let's say you're working, like, let's say you're a coffee shop owner and you want to specify where your coffee shop is located, or if you do delivery or not, like any details that might be, that might be crucial to your business. You can all leave them here, and I will quickly insert that, Oh, by the way, you can also see the examples here, and I will just specify that I will ask the AI to write a paragraph about, various hiking trails, like that. Okay, and let's see how it works. And we have our text. Awesome. So it did exactly what I asked. It created a paragraph about my, my business, which is organizing hiking tours for, different skill levels. And so here, if you are satisfied with your result, you can click apply. This is what I'm going to do now. And if you need something else, you can change your prompt, or you can regenerate it here. So you can click it once again and see if the next result is better. Okay, so I'm pretty much satisfied. And also there is going to be another check, like another box that you need to check, that you understand that you are responsible for the use of the generated text. Also, since it's a new feature, if you noticed some mistakes, you can also let us know by clicking here, and it will help us improve the feature again and make it even better. Okay, without further ado, I click apply, and I think my spacing is just too big. I'm gonna decrease it slightly. Okay, and yeah, the text is also quite big, so I'm gonna decrease it to 85 and place it here, and it's gonna be 16, right? Okay. Great. So I will quickly add a button here. So I'm slightly, you already saw the layout, and I'm just adding elements as I go. Another cool feature that I particularly like is the colors library and the gradients library. So when you pick, you enter the, the color picker here, you have the option to access the, curated collection of different, different colors. And it's quite handy because sometimes you really need to pick one color and you don't really want to think, especially when you're just, making a prototype or just testing out colors. You don't really need to, go to a website that provides you with, website palettes. You can, change it right here, and I want to have a yellow button, so this is what I do, and here I change the color of the text, and also I will change the CTA to book tour. It's going to be quite quite simple for now, and okay, I'm going to medium. So while we did that, I wanted to share how to upload custom fonts. So this is what we're gonna do now. I already uploaded one that I needed, but I will still show you how it works. So I click save, and I close the zero block, and I go to site settings. So usually if you have, let's say you have a font pairing that you have prepared beforehand, and you already know what fonts you're going to be using on your website, you can do this step before you go to zero block, but sometimes, you decide as you go. And so here we have the second setting is fonts and colors. You go there, and here you have the fonts that are already in Tilda. So for example, Tilda Sans is a Tilda font that is set by default. You can also upload Google fonts. All you need to do is provide CSS link. You can upload Adobe fonts, or you can pick your own fonts. And so I chose these Zine Margothic for my project. And so if you click here, you can access the Help Center article, basically explaining how to upload custom fonts. But pretty much what you need to do is to convert your font, your font format, because usually the fonts are in TIFF format or something similar. So here you need to go to this online converter, and just upload your, let's say, DTF font, and it will convert you to WOFF format. So once you do that, you go here, and here you can click on Manage Font Files. And so I will remove it, just to demonstrate how it works. So, and I click Upload, and here I have my font in the WOFF format, and I uploaded it here. So, and also I didn't do this step, but you can also upload different weights of your font. So from light to bold, sometimes fonts come in different weight formats. So yeah, you can also do that. And here you can specify the name. So I already did that, and you can also set it as default heading for font, or set as default body text font. And I have clicked on set as default body text font, because it's going to be the font for for the body text parts. And I click save, and great, we are good to go. It's quite easy, and again, there are different ways you can upload the fonts from Google Fonts or from Adobe Fonts. It's quite handy, and you can also, I don't know, if you have created your own font, you can also upload it here. So I go to zero block again. And so what do we have here? I will move. So right now I'm gonna work with, you know, with typography a bit. So see, you can choose the typeface, you can, you know, choose Tilda Sans, Arial, Georgia, but since I have uploaded my own font. So right now the text looks kind of big, so I will just delete this sentence so it's just more concise and just looks better. Okay, and here I have book font, and I will also make the button text size 16 pixels. All right, great. I will save my my website. And so the last thing before we are going to start with web animation, I will add a menu. So again, another amazing feature that we have, that we have released recently. It's still in beta testing, but you can already access it, and you will be access it very soon when it will be open to all of our users, which is auto layout. Auto layout is I use Figma a lot, so I was using auto layout there, but now that it's in Figma, I think it's just great. Yeah, it's a great tool. It's a great tool to, it speeds up your process just immensely, especially when you're creating like stuff like cards, menus, stuff like that. It's just, you will see it now. Okay, so I'm gonna go for this. So I have, right now I'm creating menu items. So you can see it here. And so let me check what I had. Because, yeah, tours, blog, about, contact. Okay. Tours, blog, about, and contact. Okay, so all of our menu items are ready. So I will place them here, just, I don't have to align them because the auto layout will align it for me. And so I select all the elements and I click Control G, or you can also click here and say group. So I have grouped my elements, and now I need to set the group to object, so it's an object group. And here under flex, I set auto. So the auto layout is enabled. And so here you have, you can choose the direction. So as we discussed, like there are menus that are vertical. You can create a vertical menu. You can create horizontal menu. You can also wrap your elements. So for example, if, let's say you have a gallery of multiple pictures and you want the elements to be distributed equally inside the container, and so the element that doesn't fit the container will be moved to the next row. So it's quite handy, and it's also super responsive. It makes your website just 1,000 times more flexible. And so again, here we have our elements, and I'm going to choose just horizontal direction, and I'm going to specify the gap. The gap is basically, the gap between my elements, and I will set it to 20. And okay, and here you can also set the container option to hug or fixed. So I'm going for hug right now because I need all elements to fit closely to the container with the settings that I provide. Okay, so I need to pick the background color, and it's gonna just be white. So here you can, let's say I want to make this, you know, the contact bigger. Okay, I will show it a bit later because we need to, first we need to set up the rest of the menu, and then I'll show you. Okay, so what else do we have? We have padding. I'm gonna increase the padding to, I think, 30 pixels here and 10. Yeah, I think 10 pixels here. And I will go to border and make the radius 100. So the edges are rounded. And so, yeah, here we have it. An awesome menu, and you can also add different elements to the menu, and it will be super flexible, super responsive. It will adjust to your, you know, to the settings that you have provided. So yeah, the distance between elements will stay the same. The padding will stay the same. So it's quite cool to have that. And I'm placing, let me see the grid. Okay, so I'm placing my menu somewhere here, maybe here. Yeah, like that. Oh, I can see the comments, but yeah, just bear with me because we all, like, it's been almost 1 hour, and yeah, I need to finish the layout first, and then I will reply to all of your comments. Okay, so I'm placing, right now I'm gonna work with the car design first, and then I will work on the background animation. So I'm gonna save my layout, and so here what I need to do, so right now all of my, because I placed them chaotically here, so I was placing them just, you know, just for them to be there. And so here I have like those 3 cards. So I click on the first one, and let's say I want the size to be 270 pixels wide. Okay, and I do the same with the rest of the cards, so they all have the same size, nice and clean. Okay, so next I place them on top of each other. So my goal is to basically grab the user's attention and, you know, kind of show them the preview of my tours. So once they enter my my hero site, like my web page, so of course they will see that it's a hiking tour business, that I provide hiking tours. Then they will read that it's for all skill levels. They will see an amazing background, but I need to have a functional element that will kind of, you know, prompt them to interact. So usually the products are located, you know, somewhere in the middle of the website, or, you know, unless it's an e-commerce website, but so I provide services on, you know, hiking tours. So, and I want to kind of create a little like teaser for my viewer. So I'm gonna place the cards here, and I will add another CTA another call to action. Okay, so again, I have created it in SVG format, and it says explore the hottest tours. So it's not as bold, it's not as bright as my main button that I need to draw all the attention to. But once the user sees that there is something on the website, there is another section on the hero, like inside the hero section with, you know, some elements, they would probably like to explore it as well. And I have also, let me zoom in, and here I have an arrow, and I will upload my arrow as well. Also, arrows are just, you know, super powerful tool if you need to, you know, draw attention to something. But my arrow is pointing forward, and when I will click on the button, it will move in the direction of the. Okay, you can also decrease the size here, which is more convenient because you have more precision when you're working with that. Okay, so good. I placed my arrow here, and I'm gonna save it. And great, awesome. Let me quickly add a logo, and I will just add text. So it's big bath. I will quickly add the text so I don't have to, you know, move back and forth. And okay, great. And later on we will probably, you know, set up the real logo. And now I think I need to hide my background first to see. Yeah, exactly. So this is the part where you find it quite difficult to talk and do stuff, because, you know, we need to pay attention to the layout. And so bear with me here for a second. And but again, look how convenient it is. I just move the whole section, and I don't need to, you know, move individual elements. It's quite cool. And I think I'm gonna move my my buttons so they fit the grid as well. Okay, and 1, 2, 3. Awesome. And I'll decrease the text so it's more minimalistic and it doesn't, you know, crowd the space too much. Okay, so we can you know, get back our mountains. Okay, and no, just a second. Okay, awesome. So it's great for now, and if something doesn't work later on, we will just, you know, we will fix it. Like logo, for example, I need to just move it a bit up. Okay, awesome. So finally we are done with you know, with this part. Also, let me check if, okay, yeah, it's good. So I go to the first layer. I'm gonna increase the size a bit. No. So it's quite convenient to work with layers, because if you don't need something, you can always hide it, and you know, it will save you time just navigating between the elements, especially when you have a lot of animation and a lot of elements. So I'm increasing the foreground because I have my second call to action here, and I want it to be a little bit more contrasted. Okay, and awesome, and I will also move the menu here. Great. So we're ready to animate. Finally, sometimes it takes time to, you know, just be ready with all of the preparation steps. So I select my first card and what I want to do. So I basically need to, once the user clicks on this button, I want my cards to open up and, you know, to be placed in the row. So right now they're kind of, you know, they're collapsed one on top of the other, and I want to, you know, just open them just as cards would, just as, you know, just as you do with photographs. So you have them stacked on top of each other, and then once you click on the button, I want the cards to, you know, slide and the information to be shown for the user. So I go to step-by-step animation. It's once you click on the element and you scroll all the way down, and you can click on the add button. And here we need to select the event. So event is basically the mechanic that, you know, that triggers the element to be animated. So if you, for example, if you need to just animate the element, so it's going to be, you know, it's going to replay over and over again, you can choose those two options: element on screen or block on screen. So the animation will start immediately once the, you know, element appears on the screen or the block appears on the screen. So we don't need that now, but it's an option, and you can use it. So next we have on scroll animation. So it's kind of self-explanatory. So we're going to do it with background later on. But for now, we need our event to be on click. So on hover, it's again kind of self-explanatory. So your animation will start once you hover over a certain object, and we need on click because it's a button, and this is what you do with buttons, you click on them. So here you can set the loop, but we don't need it right now, but that's just an option for you to use for your animation. And trigger is basically the element that triggers animation. And my trigger is this button. So I click on this, and here you are presented with steps. So I add the first step, and I will set the duration to 1.3 seconds. I'm not sure if it's too fast or too slow for now, but I need to move my card all the way in here, I think. So it's not a precise, you know, it's not precise yet, but we will fix the card. I think I'm gonna move it slightly. Oh no, it's fine. So I will kind of use the rulers to specify where the element is gonna be once it's animated. So I can save it, and go back to animating my second card. And I will just hide the first card so it doesn't really bother me right now. And so this is my first card. So here's where my first card is. And now I need to kind of move it somewhere over here. Oh, perfect. Okay, so okay, I go to step-by-step animation, I select on click, I add a trigger. By the way, you can also copy and paste animation, so you don't have to repeat the same action over and over again. So I have chosen my trigger, and then I select again 1.3. I think it's fast enough, and I will move it. Also, you can use those settings to move your card with precision again, so you don't really have to move it too much. Okay, great. And I'm clicking save. Also, one thing to pay attention to is easing. Easing just makes the movement of your element, once it's animated, just more appealing to the eye. So I would suggest always to select like ease out or ease in and out. So I have explained what easings are in my previous webinar, but again, here you can edit the curve so you can see how the elements move, how fast they move according to the time. So here you can, create your own curve. So, and it's going to be set on custom, but I think for now I'm just going to stick to easing, and I'm just going to go a bit back. Okay, it's good. I will fix the padding a bit later because we need to move fast. Okay, I click close, and okay, now I need to enable my first card back. And let me check. Okay, so this is the edge. Again, a bit of moving back and forth. Okay, great. And I think we are ready to publish the page and preview it. So what I did, I enabled in the artboard settings, I enabled auto scale. So my container width is, oops, wait a second. I've still selected something. Yeah, so my grid container is scaled automatically to fit the window size. So depending on the size of your browser, depending on the size of your monitor, it will be auto scaled to fit the size of the window. So it's quite handy, especially if you have those kind of complex backgrounds with multiple parts. It's quite cool that they just fit to the whole screen. But when you work with auto scale, make sure to pay attention to your text because it might appear just overly big. So this is why we need to save and close and publish. Publish our page. Okay, so here you can see that the cards, they are being cut by, so they are too big. Our layout is too big, so we need to scale it down a bit. So we go back and we do the following. Click on block editor. So first I need to move my background a bit up, like so. So I select all of the elements that are related to the background. So basically the trees, the mountain, the hills, and I'm gonna just move them a bit up and probably scale it also. Okay, great. So the high contours, they go up. So far, I still have enough contrast, you know, to keep my text above, because this kind of this blue, dark blue, allows me to place my text a bit up. And then I select all of the cards and also my button and just move it up. And what's good about this is you don't have to change any animation settings, because they are tied to, you know, to the direction that you set previously. So, or to the, direction in pixels that you have set up previously. So it's really great to not think about it. Okay, so maybe I need to move the middle part a bit up, like so, and scale this part like this. Okay, again here, just to increase the contrast, I need to scale this hill even more, but that's okay because we're gonna animate it, so it's gonna move. And so I think it's gonna be better. Let's click save and close and publish. Okay, good. So now it's much better. So now the cards fit the screen, and also I like that. Maybe I need to decrease the spacing here, but it's okay. So now that we click, oh, I think I have hidden the first card, or where it is. Where is it? Oh no, it's here. Okay, maybe I need to just update the page again. Okay, great. All the cards are here. My screen is quite small, so I think on a bigger screen it will look better. But basically, when I click on the cards, they open up, and the user can, you know, so they browse. Imagine they browse through your website, they click on this, they click on that, and then they see the product images, and so they want to click, you know, to preview some of the hottest tours, or maybe some tours that are on sale. Also, it's a great, you know, tactic to use on your website, that you can preview something that is on sale either in a pop-up. So many websites utilize pop-ups, and we also have a pop-up version, but I decided to go for this. And so this is how it works. I still need to work on the spacing between the elements, because right now it's not ideal, but we're gonna work on that. And so one thing that I want to do, and it's a very crucial part when it comes to making your website interactive. So when you have elements that require interaction, they need to interact with the user. And I will explain what I mean in a second. So let's say you have a button, and once the visitor hovers over the button, it needs to interact with the user as well. So it needs to change color, it needs to, change opacity, change size, but like it also needs to move in order for users to be sure that the button is working. So maybe like it's not, maybe it seems like an extra step, but I think it's important to, to have those micro mechanics on your website that allow you to have a good overall impression. So, and what I do is, so I go to hover here. So what's good about Tilda is that inside ZeroBlock you have the option, you don't need to animate it in step-by-step animation. You can just click on background and hover, and here I go to my color library and I click on do I have saved colors? No. So I have this saved, this color on the page, and I move it a bit down, so like my button gets darker when I hover off the button, and I click save. And the same thing I'm gonna do with this tiny arrow. So I want this arrow to be animated, so when I hover over the button again, so when I hover over the button again, the trigger is going to be this button. I want the arrow to point down, kind of prompting the user to again explore, click on the button, not just hover over it. So I'm gonna set the duration to 1.3. Again, maybe it's too long, but I will fix it again later. And so what I need to do is I need to rotate my arrow, and I think I'm gonna set up 45 degrees. Let's see. I think it's gonna be enough, but I'm not sure. Okay, I click save, and again I preview my website. I think because I stream, the connection is not perfect, but okay, here we are. Okay, so when I hover it, the little arrow moves. And then I click, and my cards also interact. And when I click over the button, it also it changes the color. Maybe I need to make it a bit brighter, because right now I think it's too desaturated. Okay, so let me close all the windows, and so we will fix those tiny details a bit later. So right now we need to animate the background. The final step, I don't think it's going to be the hardest part, but definitely the last part of building this website. And what I need to do, so I'm going to create an element or the effect, the animation effect, that is going to work on scroll. So, and what scroll usually requires for you is to have a space below your block. So I need to insert any type of block. So let's say I go to image and I just, or about me, for example, it's a great, so let's say I need to add about company section here, and I will quickly change the visuals. Also, by the way, you can generate the text here, or in case of blocks that consist of different parts, you can also generate content using the quick actions panel. But I think we're gonna have a separate website, a separate webinar on AI. So I'm not going to, spend too much time on that. And okay, so I go back, and so what I did was I basically have created space. So when I scroll, the elements, can move because they just have the space to move. And I will explain how it works in a second. Okay, and so here we have, maybe I need to move it again. I'm always not satisfied with contrast, but bear with me. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to animate the parts of the background. So when I scroll, they move in certain directions, creating this 2.5D or 3D look. Okay, so I'll start with the background, and first I will scale it even more, like so. So with the background, I want the size to be decreased a bit when I scroll. So yeah, I have the space, and oops. So this is where layers come in handy. Okay, so I select my background, I go to step-by-step animation, I select event on scroll, and I also select on window top. So the start trigger is on the window top. And then I add, basically I add the first step, and I'm gonna make the distance, smaller than usual, because maybe I don't have too much space with the layout, because it's a bit too, I have a lot of elements. So for now, I will set it to 300 pixels. So it means that when I scroll past 300 pixels, the elements will start to move again. And I will decrease the size, so I'm going to use scale, but I'm going to decrease it just a bit, so I don't want to overdo it. So, and yeah, I think it's ready. Do I need to move it? No, probably. Yeah, I don't really need to move it, but I will see. Okay, so next we go to the mid part. And so with the middle part, I want the mountains to move a bit, kind of to simultaneously move up in scale. So I will see how I can do this. I go to step-by-step animation, and it's the same process. Again, you can copy and paste animation, but I will just demonstrate it here, so I can comment on every on every step of the way. So I click on scroll, and I set the duration to, again, 300 pixels. And now I use this part to move it a bit up and scale it just a bit, like so. I'm gonna scale it by 102%. Okay, I click save. And then I'm gonna work on the foreground parts. So these are the most important because, you know, with the parallax effect, the foreground moves faster and it appears, again, because it's closer to you, it's closer to your eye, it appears bigger. So I'm gonna amplify it here. So I'm gonna just increase the size and click on scroll. Again, I probably should have copied the, but it's okay. Okay, and now usually with animation it's better to use the settings here. Okay, so first of all I want to, no, I'm not gonna move it along x-axis. So you always move, with parallax effect, you usually move your objects along y-axis, so vertically. And I'm gonna move it like so. Okay, and okay, and with can we make the button shimmer so that it always indicates it's interactive? So you can definitely do that, but I think it would require some, I don't know, HTML skills or CSS skills, I think, but I have to look it up, honestly, because usually, you know, I don't know if you did this when you were little, and I don't know if you have like MySpace blog or Tumblr blog, but they were like, people were using scripts to animate the pointer, like the cursor pointer, so you have like sparkles floating around your cursor. So you can definitely do that on Tilda, but it would require a bit of coding. And so what we do now is we try to create, you know, create stuff without any coding skills needed. Okay, so I click on the last element and I repeat the same stuff again. Let me know, guys, if you had blogs as a teen. Yeah, because sometimes this is where you know, the passion for creating websites is coming from. Okay, and so with the foreground, I will increase it more. So first I will increase it like so, and then I will move it even more up and scale it again. Like so. And so let's save, close, and publish. Wait, let me just do a little, so it looks perfect. Let me just move the cards just a bit up. So I'll decrease the size a bit. Because again, working with auto scale, usually, you know, you need to pay attention to those things so everything fits. Okay, like so, and I'm gonna move the arrow. Okay, awesome. So here we have it, and we also wanted to change the color of the button when you hover over it. Okay, so probably we'll just go to Maybe I will choose this light green one. Let's see how it looks. Okay, and finally change the spacing. So yeah, again, I move the elements, but I don't have to redo the whole animation. Okay, and I click save, close, and I publish again. So the final reveal is here. So see, when you scroll down, the background it becomes not three-dimensional, but definitely it has this three-dimensional look. And see how the button, definitely it was a much better choice. Okay, and I think it's cool. I think it's just it's one of the animation effects that is not really functional, but still it creates a certain feeling, especially with hiking tours. It's something when you sell certain services, you sell experiences as well. So, and this tiny experience on your website maybe will lead to a person booking your tour. So, and again, this tiny, I did it way too fast, I think, the arrow. So when you click on it, we didn't fix the spacing, but we're gonna do it now. And I will publish the website, and it will be it. So it's been 1 hour and a half. Okay, and so let me go to the second card. Like so. Okay, and okay, great. Now all I need to do is just fix this card like so. Okay, let's save it and see how it looks. Okay, so this is the final look. And also the parallax effect works amazingly when you have a bigger screen. So I think it's turned out pretty great. Again, the cards need a bit of fixing. I need to calculate the exact size so it fits better. But so this is the final result. Let me know, guys, if it was useful, and I'm super excited to hear your feedback, or just to hear what webinar we could do next. We actually have a webinar lineup ready for June, but you can definitely suggest your topic for the summer months and further. And again, make sure you are subscribed to our newsletter. And I promised to share the coupon code for I promised to share the coupon code for Tilda personal subscription. So the easiest way is, of course, to subscribe, but I will share it here. So it's Tilda for hero, as if you insert it, it's all lowercase, so you can insert it when you in the coupon code field on Tilda, and you can get your 3 months trial, and you can test all features just as you would with a paid plan. So usually we have our trial lasts 2 weeks, so here you have the whole 3 months, basically the whole summer, to train and to train your web design skills and create a website. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you guys for coming in. Thanks for tuning in. It's Friday evening, so I understand that it probably takes some time to to prepare to the end of the week. So I hope you have an amazing and chill or maybe productive weekend, and I will see you in our next webinars in June. Bye.